summer break, Formula E was back this weekend. 10 teams and 20 drivers headed to Hong Kong for the first race of Season 3. The short track has never been raced on before and was sure to provide thrilling action. All eyes were on Edams, who were expected to be the ones at the top again this season. Chichita, also running the Renault powertrain, were also ones to watch. Neither would end up on pole though. Pole was the first surprise of the weekend. After a disaster of the season last year, Next TV locked out the front row, Season 1 champion Nelson Piquet Jr. taking his first ever pole. Heading to a new track is difficult enough, but things get even trickier when they change the track just before qualifying. In a free practice session, Piquet was sent airborne and into the barrier after he raced over a sausage curb at the chicane. The curb was removed, but that only caused more problems as multiple drivers struggled with the new layout. Lucas di Grassi was one of those to fall victim to the chicane, crashing into the barrier and bringing out the red flag. Piquet was keen to prove he'd already put Season 2 behind him. The Brazilian got off to a fantastic start and led the race for the opening 16 laps. He was about to lap Formula E rookie Lopez when Lopez's suspension snapped. The Argentinian crashed at the chicane, now renamed the Formula E car graveyard, and Piquet came to a stop with nowhere else to go. Virgin Sam Bird took the lead of the race. As the rest of the field dived into the pits, Bird eked out every last drop of energy. The Brit came into the pits at the very last moment, but disaster struck. The pit stop was nearly 50 seconds longer than the minimal pit stop time, as the team struggled to get the second car to start, and Bird was dropped not only out of the leading pack, but out of points contention. Sebastian Buemi took the lead of the race, with Lucas di Grassi right behind him. Yes, di Grassi in P2 after crashing in qualifying. It hadn't even been a straightforward climb up through the field for the Brazilian, as he was forced to pit for a nose change after making contact on the opening lap. But a perfectly timed pit stop meant di Grassi was able to jump up through the field, putting him right on Buemi's tail. Anybody who watched Formula E last year knows that's a familiar order. As di Grassi turned to battery management over chasing the race leader, he fell away from Buemi, but Heidfeld was never close enough to challenge. Nick Heidfeld joined Buemi and di Grassi on the podium, another familiar sight as it's the same 1-2-3 as last year's opening race. So, after race 1, Buemi is at the top of the championship once again, with di Grassi right behind him. Of course, it's too early to read anything into that. As we know, anything can happen in Formula E. The next race is in Marrakesh on the 12th of November.